Welcome back, YouTube. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. You missed like 22 days. I built the fort in Felicia, that's literally it. I want to double check to see how my system resources are. Because this does seem to be chugging a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it here real quick. Apparently one of the reasons that the game can start to chug... are pirates. So what I like to do is tag switch to the pirates just to delete a bunch of their fleets. And part of what I need to do there... Oops. That should show me the IDs. Now, is there a Terra Incognita? Not seeing one. What I could do is load this up as an observer. How do you untag yourself? I'm trying to remember how you do that in other games. Like there is a way of... Oh, observer maybe? There we go. Now, let's go and find pirate fleets. I'm not seeing any pirate fleets. Okay, so it's probably not pirate fleets. How would I tag switch to the pirates? I was hoping that hovering over them would show me their tag, but unfortunately it's only hovering over the land. It's not even showing it there. I can't tag to them, unfortunately. Let's turn debug mode off, because that does tend to slow things down. Well, in that case, I don't think it's the pirate fleets that are causing the problems. It might be the mercenaries, because there are about 1 billion mercenary armies. I've seen a grand total of 3 pirates. I thought there might have been like an infinite spawn of them or something somewhere, but apparently not. Okay, so we'll go back to tag. Langobards. Uh-oh. What are we? Easy way of fixing it. Does anyone know when Steam allows the pre-install? I suspect just when it releases. The game's not very big, it's only 3 gig. Will I be doing any sort of formal review of Imperator? I'm not really a reviewer, so no. Just streams. There should be quite a few dropping. I know that old man Mordred is working on a review. Beyond that, I don't really know. Somebody is giving me money, thank you very much. You saw that I was a little bit short. Oh, we're still in debug mode. Let's turn that off. You want to buy woad from Cortinia, that's fine. Just as long as it's not from the capital. Okay, so we're getting quite a lot more oratory power again. So what we want to do is culture map mode and just see where there are some cultures that need to be converted still. That is primarily Swabian. There are quite a few Chthonics there. That's Swabian. It's not terrible, though. Actually, oh, here we go. Tons. So... oh, that's because I haven't actually conquered it yet. This one I have, and yes, this is still massively emionic. So you need to change to cultural assimilation. You guys probably do too. Oh no, that's Swabian. Oh, that is also Swabian. And there's some over here too. Then also the Astian. I really don't want to have to wipe out the Estonians, but I feel like I need to. See you, Jackson. You want wood from Cortinia. That's acceptable. How much am I making from trade at the moment? Considering the number of exports, quite a lot. And the more citizens that I generate for my nation, the better. So in that one province where I switched to convert, where was that? I'll deal with that in a minute. Oh yeah, you do need to convert. So do you. You also need to be in conversion mode. Right, where are those barbarians? All the way over here. I think I want to send one of the bigger armies after them. Clearly not you. Send you. No. Loyalty's good enough. Why are you moving? Oh, because you're... no, you're not. Controlling anything. I'm not actually playing. Not in observer mode either. I'd be deselecting it right now. Okay. Try that again. There we go. That was weird. It's like, yeah, no, you can't control your country anymore. Sorry. It's not your nation anymore. So I do think that we need to start establishing a couple of border forts here on the edge. Otherwise we're going to get constantly attacked over here. Now, do I have any way of populating this one province? You have a population of 7, 8. We do have a couple of slaves in the area. You would probably be the best to move to Folia. Can't because you're disloyal. Can you lot move? Yeah, these can move. So I think right now Ancrueta is going to be the best spot. 4, 7, 8. There's 8 people there at the moment, so let's move you to Ancru. Oh, it is disloyal. Right, just because that appears doesn't mean you necessarily can actually move people around. Alright then, how about over here? Lucatinia has more than enough people to expand. You have 9. It'll be easy enough to move one to Marsinia. No, I don't have enough civic power. Alright then. I do feel like I need to draw a line somewhere and say, right, we're not going to go beyond this. How are we doing for technology? 51%. It's growing. I'm Mordred. No, you can't give reviews, but someone who enjoyed EU4 and Stellaris, do I think this game is as enjoyable as they can be? Sorry, Beardwork, that's exactly the type of thing I can't answer right now. I'd love to. Ask me again tomorrow. I'll give you a full breakdown. With no warfare to focus their efforts, some of the tribesmen started becoming unruly and they're causing chaos in Kungria. Lose some military power, lose the stability. Or we lose 5 centralization. I mean, centralization is something that we will be getting back again. Let us spread out the people to lessen the chaos. Garinia would actually be a good spot for a fort. How much does that cost? 100. Disloyal, so I can't build here. I could build in this province though if I wanted to. Losing a lot of civilization to these barbarians. An awful lot. Hopefully 15,000 can take on 16. Going from here to here, no river crossing. I don't... Actually, that is one province. Let's go from here to here then. Yeah, see, you're not at all confident about this fight. And I must admit, I have my doubts too. No, he would be attacking me as well. I did not set your ability, but that seems to have been fine. We are losing a lot of troops, but they are losing less. Oh, we're going to lose this fight. Mr. Disloyal's on his way, though, so if we can hold out long enough for Mr. Disloyal to arrive, then hopefully Disloyal can beat the barbarians. And this isn't my manpower. I don't have to pay for that. Does a fort zone of control prevent negative effects of a province being taken by barbarians like in EU4 it does with rebels? Don't know. No, I don't know. What I might end up just doing is putting a fort in every single border province. Okay, so they're locked in, so they can't cancel this attack even if they wanted to. Like, I have to give you credit. You have held admirably. When do you arrive? Tomorrow. Hi. Oh, no, January. What? Oh, there he is. Haha! Excellent. I lost 8,000, they lost 7,000. And this army of 7,000, where are you moving to? Germanicia. Yep, we're moving there too. We'll cut you off. We have morale, they don't. Should be good. And we have reinforcements coming in, and those reinforcements are rather closer this time. Need to defeat you again. Kungria. Kungria is a fort. So this time I get the defensive bonus. And so long as it's always this army that gets there first, Ingot. It's Ingot getting all of the popularity and stuff, not Mr. Rebellious. The little-known city of Venetica has been gathering quite a reputation as a hub for free trade. People from all origins are beginning to flock here in order to sell their wares on our land. 2 tribesmen, 2 slaves, or pop growth. A tribesman, so not citizens this time, unfortunately. I'm going to go with the Swabian slaves. Come on, this should be a massacre this time. Yeah. Still survived. Good grief. How often are you going to make me ping-pong around here? Where are you going to? Sophia. We will fight them. There we go. 1 was sent to Abdura, 1 died. And we can now choose where we want the fort. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put 1 in Toll, seeing as Toll keeps getting attacked and Toll is actually in a defensive location here. If we have to put 2 more here, then we will do so, but right now we don't. Now, how's the province map mode doing? Those are all improving. We're losing a little bit in Amadocia. Because Vakret is extremely unhappy, gaining generally here. Boya is losing a bit, and Subcarpathia is losing a bit. So why is Amadocia losing? Because Vakret is new, and I bet Vakret hasn't been converted. Swabian Chustik. Yeah, we have 2 Estonians, and the Estonians don't like being here. So I think those will need to be assimilated. I'm sorry, Estonia. An envoy from the Latin local power of Raetia is requesting to import wood. Yes. That is acceptable. So how successful has the population conversion been here? 182! Wow. Sigvald Dagaretius the Wolf is responsible for converting 182 population in total, and is regarded as a stalwart example of Langobardian virtue. A little bit more popularity and we should be golden. Alicia's getting very popular now. Good. How does colonization in this game work? I see your nation has gaps in it. There are 2 ways. So the first one is Migratory, where you literally just up and leave an entire province. When you press the migration button, which is one which appears up here somewhere, all of the population in that province is converted into light infantry, and then you can move them somewhere else. That unit of light infantry will then have another icon, which is settle. You then press that, and then boom, they all drop down again and become tribesmen. Migratories always convert into tribesmen regardless of what kind of pop they were when you migrated. If you have 10 population in a city already, so for example Ripperum here, you can then click on one of the bordering provinces. Wait, Ripperum has 7? No, it doesn't. It needs 1 more. Get me a slave from one of the adjacents. There we are. Move you to Ripperum. And then press one of the empty adjacent provinces and then colonize. And then if your people are the right type, so for example a freeman, a citizen, or a tribesman of your in a province which is dominant by your religion and your culture, then you can move somewhere else. So why am I able to do this if Imeronic is dominant? Whatever. You press that button, you colonize, then you move in and absorb any population in that province into your own population. They will, however, maintain the culture and religion of what they were already. They don't change. You just take control of them. And that's how colonization works. So you can slowly but surely creep out. And every time you colonize from a province, that province can no longer colonize for a year. But what you can do is move slaves around, because slaves are extremely cheap to move. Because I do have a couple of stacking modifiers, they cost me 3 civic points to move, whereas a freeman, citizen, or tribesman would cost 21. So they are substantially cheaper. And that way you can just kind of move this clump of slaves to your borders, and then use those slaves to colonize and build outwards. Bit dangerous, because it can set up slave revolts on your frontiers, but it does mean you expand pretty quickly. And then you need to spend time culturally assimilating, converting, building up, like the usual. Just like after a conquest. So these little gaps are areas where I haven't been able to colonize out of. Also, to colonize from a province, that entire province that they belong to has to be loyal. So Galindia, for example, is very disloyal right now, so I cannot use it to populate these. Sooner or later, though, I'll be able to. I would like to get some more pop growth, so we're going to go for the Blessing of Tius. We could go for unrest reduction, just to get the province loyalty up to scratch even quicker. Or research, or manpower. Well, manpower is being swallowed up by that one unit I can't control. So, I'm actually really tempted to go for the research. Nah, pop growth. Pop growth means more citizens, means more research in the long term anyway. We're up to 50%, 39 points. In fact, I just assimilated someone in Abdura, didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. I have some hemp I can sell. I'm going to sell it to Amadocia. You want to buy leather. You want stone. Very well. And money continues to creep upwards. Hello there. Barbarians. It does rather look to me like you're trying to run away, which I am not finding acceptable, so I'm going to force march and chase you down. Where are you trying to get to? Iconia. I'm going here. I will fight you! And this is my strong army, so we should be able to make fairly quick work of them. Light infantry in the centre. Oh, that's their light infantry against my archers. Right, my archers have a bonus against light infantry, so we should be fine. And heavy infantry forming the sides with the cavalry on the flank. Simples. Where are they running to? Metanastiana. And if you manage to defeat barbarians, then you can enslave some of them, depending on how many of them you kill, I think. Oh, we even got here first. Bauto falls ill. Bauto Gundred has sent word he's fallen ill. That's a shame. This is not going well today. It's the second crash in a row. Wow, that was just a crash to desktop. No spinning wheel of death that time. Alright, let me just double check one thing. I just want to make sure my voice isn't peaking, because it feels like it might be. Yeah, it is. I thought so. Alright, let's load that again. I can usually tell because I very rarely go into the red on my volume level. It's usually in the yellow, and I was going red a couple of times there. Right, and I have to restart Steam again, because the game always convinces Steam it's still running, even though it's not. Do. Loading the game. And play. Transcoding again. Come on, play. Let's go. Chop, chop. Just waiting for it to load on the other screen. Oh, that's why. I was thinking, okay, not trying to sound up myself or anything, but this is a very low viewership for Imperator. It's been doing really well recently. Just double checked to see who's streaming at the moment, and yeah, Paradox is streaming Imperator for their 24-hour release stream. That would explain why. Okay, fair enough. Not saying I'm not grateful that you guys are here, of course. Hello, welcome, hi, hi. It's just surprising. Imperator's throwing up another not responding error. Ah, there it goes. It often does that when it's loading, though, and it still loads. That I am hoping is January. Yeah, 1st of January. We were at the end of January, so we haven't really lost very much. I'll just throw in another save just to be sure. Not selling hemp. The current term is dealing hemp. Uh-huh. Welcome to Amsterdam. Silence is one of the greatest arts of conversation. Cicero. Right, let's save this real quick. And resume. We're still fighting them. Not into corporate speak, get enough of that at work, so I'm here. Well, glad you are. And they still fell ill. Interesting. One pop goes to Antia. Barbarians have been defeated. Yes, they have. Bad research ratio. I think that's always been there. Livestock from Vistula Inferior. Sure. Livestock and grain I might want to change at some point in the future, though. Quadia, same thing. Vistula Inferioris still having problems. That's all in Venadia. Does Venadia have an army? It does not, does it? To say that all of these are happy enough right now, so we'll move you over here, maybe to Ripperum. That's still Venadia, isn't it? Yes. Religious loyals. Let's just thinking, where is Longbeard again? But they're there. Hey, Blue Kiwi. How are the Longbeards doing? They're doing good. Germanic Merobes has died. Friend of the governor of Pannonia, but not himself a governor. He was, however, a researcher of... Oh, hello. Manpower recovery, cohort recruit. I think that manpower recovery could do with a better person in charge. And we could also get a better apothecary. Yes, I think I'm going to do that. Then we're also going to go and fix up some of the technology. So we'll have a level 8 in charge. I'm not going to put Eidegger's in because he is unbelievably corrupt. Put Gundred in. Civics, what are you? You're level 10. Level 12, level 9. No, they are the best for their jobs. Am I still tribal or have I become civilized? We are a settled tribe now. So we're in like the transition phase. So you've got the Migratory tribe, which is like completely tribal, no civilization whatsoever. Settled tribe, which is like on the way to being civilized, but not quite there yet. And then you have the civilized factions, the monarchies and the republics. And we are pretty well on the way. The main thing we're waiting now is oratory level 5. We're currently on level 2. Okay. That's not who I'm waiting for. You are. Oh, that's my capital region, so I can't actually put you here anyway. Alright, head home then. Or head this way. Red-handed. Several nights ago, Edmund Theodus was discovered helping himself to a sizable quantity of gold from the national treasury. Yeah, he was the really good general. So we can flog him, which will increase my will increase his popularity. No, sorry, it increases my popularity. It reduces their health, and I lose money. Or I can chastise him publicly. He gains loyalty. I don't care. This doesn't lose loyalty, this just makes him lose health. Flog him! Shen just raided the Paradox stream. Oh, I like it. Oh, I wish I could have seen that. That would have been hilarious. Does Paradox actually react to that? Because they don't have a raid pop-up, do they?